Is this the end? And if we don't get our act together, it will be the end for all of us. We've been warned not by conspiracy theorists, not by doomsayers, but by the greatest minds in the world. And here we are. We've allowed a small group of people to make decisions for all of us. And again, here we are. Let's talk about what happened. Stick around till the end, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you can do to help humanity avoid catastrophe. Let's get into it. OpenAI was testing 2 of its AI models inside of a sealed, locked-down digital environment, built specifically to measure how capable these systems are at hacking. To push the models to their absolute limit, researchers turned off the usual safety filters and gave the models exactly one narrow door to the outside world. That door was supposed to be the only way out. Instead, the model became what OpenAI itself called hyper-focused on finding a shortcut. They discovered a flaw that nobody knew existed, a 0-day. Something even the people who built the system didn't even know that was there. And the models used it to escape. Once online, on their own, with no human directing them, they reasoned that a company called Hugging Face likely held the answer that they were looking for, so they broke in. Nearly 17,000 automated actions over a single weekend to breach a company that never gave them the permission to be there in the first place. Now, here is what should stop you cold. This is not the first warning. Yoshua Bengio and Geoffrey Hinton, 2 of the scientists who built the foundations of artificial intelligence back in the, get this, the 1980s, they have been warning us, not quietly, but publicly, and they're not alone. Over 100 scientists and researchers across more than 30 countries have joined them in this warning. The people who built this technology from the ground up are the ones telling us to slow down. And still we're here. Now, I want to be precise here because I believe that precision matters more than panic. The technology itself, it isn't the villain in this story, so keep that in mind. The real problem is the people who are steering it. We are heading in a dangerous direction because of a small number of people who see AI as nothing more than a money grab. Not as the tool for humanity it could actually be used for. Imagine for a moment, and I want you to picture this, what this technology could do if the billions that are being spent right now were spent on curing diseases, ending famine, and reversing pollution. AI can do that. Instead, we are rushing this technology to make it so it can be sold to you as a subscription. That is not innovation. That is priorities that are badly misplaced. Here is the part I need you to hear clearly. You actually have a voice, and throughout history, ordinary people using nothing but their voice have forced meaningful change throughout history for thousands of years. Contact the people who represent you. Tell them plainly that you expect oversight, not blind speed. They need your vote, and that gives you leverage that they cannot ignore if enough of us use this. Support the organizations that are already doing this work. There are groups that are tracking AI safety and holding these companies accountable. They exist right now, and they need the public paying attention to what they are doing because that's how this information gets out. And finally, talk about this with the people that you love, because it will not be us who fully inherit this mess. It will be our children and our grandchildren. These companies are pushing a narrative that AI is here to replace jobs. And it's a narrative that we already know is a lie. But that story is shaping decisions being made right now that will echo for generations. Do not let that narrative go unchallenged in your own home and at your own dinner table. Educate the people around you. That is not a small act. That is how every meaningful change in history has actually started. So, is this the end? I don't think it has to be, but I think it will be if enough of us decide that silence is easier than speaking up. Stay sharp, stay loud, and I will see you in the next one.